the size. And yeah, I just need to get used to the fact that the hitboxes are kind of hard to see when I'm punching. Like, that's one of the big things. I just don't move because I'm busy punching. Alright. Well, Jesus is giving me a lot of gold. Let's see. Artisan, your weapons apply burn. Okay, so the cook... Oh, that's what it is. The chef's hammer doesn't do apply burn. It's the new item, their new ability applies burn. That's cool. That is cool. Alright. Well, that means this big bag of spoons is going to apply poison and burn, which makes this actually insane. Oh yeah, let's buy the kin set. So it's after Leviathan. It's the one set after Leviathan. Got it. So we only have one new set, unfortunately. Oh well. We'll worry about things as time goes. No more stories from me, child. The wells run dry for now. In other words, maybe more stories later. Alright. Also, I need to donate to Sharon quite a bit. I haven't donated much to him, so... Oof. Yeah, this spoon is like one of my favorite weapons. The fact that now it applies burn and the effect is insane. There we go. How's it going, Destiny Bound? Just playing the new patch. Just playing it more casually this time, not doing a speedrun with it. We're on New Game Plus 7 because that's where my save file is. And we're trying out the new stuff. So like the chef, now all of the chef's weapons apply burn. So because of that, I just grabbed the ladle because the ladle will apply burn and spore burst, making it a very devastating attack. I feel like that kin makes sense as the highest level equipment since this game is about family. Ooh, that's smart. I like that theming as well. Ooh. Alright. Hey, Kirby. Strong Young Chimp, I just realized even more, because you know how you said you don't know much about the lore of this game? Well, this lore is technically about the family of, gosh, why can't I not think of his name right now? The family of Cain, who is in biblical lore, he's the first person to commit murder. And as you guess, he murdered his brother. So the consequence is that all the bosses are part of all of them are named after the children of Cain. So, like, if this game is about family, like, I gotta start using the spell more just as a knockback tool. I'm just gonna use that, get 322 health. Alright. But yeah, the combination. Here. Oh. Third time's the charm. Alright. I think I need to drop my New Game Plus level down a bit to get my bearings again. Makes sense. I'm only at this high of a New Game Plus level because, like, it was already set there. I will state I probably could. I was thinking about dropping it myself, but then I ended up getting a great pacifist run that bought all of the teleports, so I kind of want to keep it for that. Oof. You didn't see me on your followers list? That I'll make sure to add it myself. I didn't realize. Yeah, Isla, you're in my channel a lot. Yeah, I'll jump in, but yeah. Oh, you didn't see me. That's what you mean. Alright. So yeah, I know that one's going to be easy. I just want to get myself in position for it. Alright. So this one, if you have the right position... I broke it, I just didn't open it before that spike ball hit me. That's sad. Alright, 322 health. Get myself basically to full. Oh, I didn't delete you if that's what you think. Yeah, no, I don't... Do you know if the base attack changed? Oh, yes. So you were asking about this. So everyone has a passive ability. It turns out the chef's passive ability is that weapons apply burn. So the chef's burn is no longer connected to the frying pan. It's connected to the chef itself. That's why I'm using the Bag of Spoon's fabled weapon. Because this fabled weapon is now applying burn and spore burst, and it's insane. Like, look at this. And if that thing survives, the burn damage is going to take care of it later. It's like their passive is Amaterasu's Sun. It's amazing. Assuming Twitch bug or something? Yeah. I did hear there's an issue with bots that come in. Someone said that they could delete followers or something like that. I'm like, I don't see how they could. But if they did, maybe that's what happened. But, like, right there, I didn't kill them, so... Alright. Says I'm following. Alright. Just be a Twitch plug, then. Let's stop trying to think of conspiracy theories, I guess. Whew. Go. We know spikes are dealing like 300% damage because I put on all those buffs for it. So that spike hole is actually dangerous. Alright, no money. Wait for that fire to burn out before I go down. Alright. So I guess switching to the pan is even worse. Yes. Makes mage still feel good if you weapon swap because of all the weapons mana leech. Yep, that was another theme of that. All the weapons mana leech, so... Alright. Anti-Therica. Get myself super intelligence. I actually think Shockwave is better right now. Is there one that I would want? I mean, Wind Wall is the best. Alright, so the whole reason I went here up is because I wanted to find this. How much money do I need? 42,000. Alright. You have to bounce the Magic 8 Ball twice for the bonus damage. Oh, so it's bounce once for the extra damage, bounce twice for the crit. I'm assuming that's what you're saying, and if that's the case, that's actually, I really like that solution. Oof. So, I'm hoping. That sounds really fun, having the Magic 8 Ball bounce, like, one of the things that was sad when the Magic 8 Ball, it was good that they changed it because it became actually usable, but it was sad that they changed it because it made the Magic 8 Ball not as unique. Need a lot of money. Tiny lanterns. I've been doing Luigi's Mansion 3 online. It's a shame most people cannot stay and do 20 floors. It takes 2 hours. So, I understand why people couldn't stay. But yeah, I bet if you're really invested in that, feels sad. So I made a mistake there. I was planning to jump to land on one of the platforms, and I already landed on it. Alright, so I need to, one of these days, just plug in a controller and do Neuropraxis somehow. The reason I keep getting those Neuropraxis things are because Neuropraxis is so hard given my control setup that I just haven't. I tried doing it once. It did not end well. Ooh. Hey! I was literally doing this to find a teleport. Alright, treasure chest as well. Alright. Took a lot of damage there. My fault. Oh, and I have... There we go. You know what? Let's do it. We have Shockwave. Whew. I found the Preserver of Life Scar completely on accident earlier. I'm glad you found it. Alright. Here we are. Get myself some extra gold. It's guaranteed chests. Alright, here we go. Level 872 versus level 335. Equipment and skill, people. Equipment and skill. Alright. Oh, more iron ore. Got good gold, good iron. And I'm wondering how many more I need before I can... Okay, 37,000. Quite a bit more. Oh. Oh, one hit is all that I need. I guess I do have the relic that's going to increase this damage even more. So I have like the equivalent of like 200 intelligence. Ooh. Ooh. So was that boss just a mini boss? Since you mentioned something earlier about this lore of this game where every boss is named after Guy's child. Yeah. That was Murmur, Gaunheads, and the two bosses before the new guy are all mini bosses. And like Void Beast Bareth is technically, when I'm saying, okay, all the estuaries are named after Cain's children. There we are. So that's the lore. All the estuaries are named after Cain's children. So any boss that's non-estuary has a different name. So, alright, I can buy the teleport now. I should just go get that then. Who named their kid Murmur? Yep. Alright. Alright. We're going to return to main menu. And the reason I'm doing this is just to make sure I can get to the teleport while it's safe. And then we'll start doing boss hunts. Now that once we do this, the only teleport we will have missing is the teleport at the end of... Oh, wrong teleport. So the only teleport we won't have purchased is the teleport in the Kerguelen Plateau, which we need to beat a boss to get access to in the first place. Alright. So with this, we are now going to look for Estuary Lamech. Once we kill Lamech, we will move on to try to kill Byreth. Or, I guess because we're facing the elite estuaries, to go find... I just always nickname him Matthew because I always mispronounce the name. There we are. Weird they have this little corner here. Makes me think there's a secret. But yeah, if we want, we can do a little deep dive into the lore after this. I can go into how I knew that this was going to be Estuary Tubal. We actually knew he was going to be a crafter. I didn't know to what extent. But the rest of it, yeah, we don't know. Also, there's the whole... It seems like a lot of the estuaries are not human by nature. So, someone brought up that they said he is a 100-handed one from Greek lore, like his species. So, like, that's entirely possible. Alright, it's always this crevice right here I always get wrong. Well, I got it right this time. Got it wrong there instead. Alright, well, I can eat one. And soup fill the other. Awesome. But I lost my damage boost. There. What I like is, because you can put spores on them, they can actually hit enemies like that. So yeah, this weapon deals a ton of damage, but it also has the vulnerability of not having any... First mate... So if you read the story, yeah, they're first mate and quartermaster, but they're all... I'm nicknaming him Michael, but they're all Michael's estuaries. Because, like, if you read the story afterwards, it explains how they became estuaries, why their souls are bound to that area. Would like to see the arc or something on the spoon. Oh, an outline of it. So you could see what direction it's going to be lobbed. I could see that. I just find that it's one of those weapons that are rare, and you have to kind of get used to it. Like, definitely would be a positive thing to add it. Right. Diogenes Bargain. Not really interested in that right now. More interested in gold. Let's get Fatal Blow Protection. Let's increase our survivability. Level 777. Got lucky on that landing. Alright. Ooh. I'm getting 42 health per kill, so if I ever take damage, I gotta remember how much hits it takes to heal. Ooh. There we are. Ooh. There's the bottom. That's cool. Well, I wasn't looking for the bomb anyways. Hey! Kincaid! I just realized it's forged from red aether. It's like... The Kincaid is forged from that which, what's his name? The architect gave away. I just find that interesting. I just find some of these story elements interesting. So I do have to... I do want to defeat Lamech before I leave this area, which of course means finding Lamech. Oh. Alright. Any new bosses in this patch? Yes. We have a new estuary. We have this whole lower area and the estuary there. I'm going to do it later. But yes, we have the new area. The Python Dry Lake. We have an estuary there, and everything else that comes with a new area. So, I should get back to my Plague Knight run, so I sort of got distracted and left it for a while. You go do that, man. Thank you for stopping by. Alright, if I could get one good latch like that. Alright. Kincaid level 1. Hey! Just gonna get Kincaid maxed out, are we? Whew. How do you do skill crits with the Valkyrie? Dash attacks. Unless they've changed it since the... So during the beta, it was dash attacks. Perfectionist is the worst trait, yes, agreed. They're like, hey, we see top level people doing it. It's only worth 50 gold. No. Even as a top person, like... You don't understand how... Like, there's a reason I knew that dexterity going on par with strength wouldn't be, like... As its starting base, wouldn't be an issue, was because it's like, skill crits are not just like, you do them every attack. You have to, they're actually something you have to work for. Yeah, I ended up taking Perfectionist during my speedrun because it was a new trait. And yeah, it was... Thank goodness that life was going straight to a boss so it could get murdered. Because that was not fun for a while. Come on. There we are. Ooh. And my dog needs out, so I need to take care of that in just a second. Do that to keep me safe. Oh, he has armor shredder. Really glad I didn't get hits then. Alright, let me just pause. Yep. Also notice Flame Barrier is 15 mana too. Yep, they had to. They had to make Flame Barrier 15 mana. Like, that was ridiculous. Did they improve the hammer? I have not tried the hammer yet, but I do know it now. The hammer is now capable of doing skill crits, so I know that much. Unfortunately, I do not know much beyond that. Alright, so I can use this to refuel my mana. There we are. Alright, we have this boss. Just don't get hit. Come on. You get them above me, I guess. Are they moving at different speeds? Looks like they can change their speeds as well as... Oh, no. As you can see, I get 2-shot. In addition, I just reduced my damage by, like, 33%. Alright. Well, once we have one, it's just... There's one opportunity to really hit them. As long as I keep to this routine. But it's too effective not to do. Alright. Did you hear about the new Mario movie? Oh. Yeah, no, I've heard about the new Mario movie. All the characters they're adding, like who's playing each character. It was yeah, they revealed it during the what was this called? They revealed it during the Nintendo Direct. So yes, I did watch that Nintendo Direct myself. So yeah, I have heard about it. I'm actually kind of excited for it. Like, it's just, what do you base the story of Mario off of? There's like, Mario isn't really a story-based game in the first place. So it's like, what do they do with it? And their answer is you just make a good comedy with those characters. And so they're like, what do we... So, like, a lot of people are just like, those are not the characters we want. But it's like, we're not here for a Mario movie. We're here for a comedy movie with Mario as a character. And if you don't understand that, I apologize. There's a... Ah. There we are. Whew. The worst thing to have as those explosive areas are chasers. The first film they made in 1985 only had Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2. And to go off of it was okay, but not good. Yeah, it was okay, not good, but watchable. So, fun story. You guys have heard of that infamous The Mario Brothers movie. I ended up seeing that as a kid, before I understood what in the world was going on. My parents wanted to just like give us a little movie so we could watch, so that, you know, they could put it on. It's Mario. It's gonna be fine. So they just put that on and left us in our room to just like chill and relax. Well, like, they rented it from Blockbuster. This is how long ago it was. They rented it from Blockbuster, and I just remember just being really weirded out because we thought it was the Mario Bros. Super Show, which is like an animated theme. But then all of them were real-life characters. I'm just like, what are we watching? And I remember my sister was just like, I don't want to watch this, and left. Where I was just like, this is intriguing. Like, what is this? And so I just kept watching it. So I ended up watching that whole Mario Bros. Movie myself as like a 6-year-old kid or something like that. And, like, you're right, it's not good, but it was interesting. It was definitely... It's definitely a cool experience. Though I wouldn't call it a good experience, and I would not recommend it, but... It's a fun story. Let me put it that way. Oof. It was kind of weird how, like, the Goombas... Like, how, Bowser had, like, this weird scientific experiment that was turning people into... Like, what the Goombas and Koopas were. And just, like, they defeated them using elevator music. Like, it was weird. And if you've watched it and that's not what happened, remember, I watched it as I was 6 years old. This is what happened in the mind of a 6-year-old. I loved the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. I've only seen a few clips and episodes, but didn't they also have a few odd live action scenes? Yeah, exactly. So I thought we were starting with a live action scene, and then I realized the actors were different, and then I realized it never stopped. And also they left the So the character Spike is a character in the live action scenes of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. He's the owner of the plumbing business that they work at. So, yeah, just, Alright. Drowned Cape 4. I just realized, because I based myself so heavily on equipment, I could probably build a strength build if I need to. And that was a great way to lose all of my damage just before the boss. Sanguine Weapon 3. Alright. You have an area up and above. I'm going to go into that area we haven't explored yet, because I need to... recharge my Anti-Therica before I face that boss. Spike's gonna be in the new Mario movie, but is it the enemy or that guy? So they've specifically shown a portrait of him, and it is that guy. It is not the Spike enemy. They specifically showed a portrait. So, we actually know the answer to that, fortunately. Oof. 107,000. So, I was trying to keep the release date a secret. Thank you. Yes, I am excited for it. But yeah. No, it's February. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I'm super hyped for that. Alright, well, we got full health. Whether or not we got full Anti-Therica. Oh, well. We'll see how we do against Primal Mech. We don't have to deal too much damage, because a lot of this is coming from Spore Burst. Ooh. So we can keep our distance the entire way. It's not official. Good. Yeah, I heard there were rumors, but yeah, I'm not. I'm letting them reveal it when they're ready to reveal it. Well, we're already at the halfway mark, nearly. Alright, I need to get my mana up. Whew. I got another one charged. That's good. Glad I discharged that when I did. Ow. There we are. Whew. Okay. But yeah, I'm hyped about Silksong when it comes out. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream it, but I'm stopping whatever it is I'm doing so I can play Silksong. I'm going to state that. Alright. So we have Lamech taken care of. So they need to reorganize this. This is supposed to be second, this has to be third. Oh. Thank you for putting Lamech to rest. Alright. So he still says the same theme. Okay, good to know. To be fair, most games to film adaptations are good. The Assassin's Creed one was alright. Shame Part 2 was never made. But also the Street Fighter ones from the 80s was decent film too. I have a feeling that if you tell critics that most game-to-film adaptations are good, a lot will disagree with you. Like, you're remembering the good ones. You might be remembering the good ones. I'm not... I definitely know there have been some bad adaptations. I'm not gonna, like, I hope for the best, and, like, nonetheless, I like the, like, how do I say this? I have no idea how to phrase it, but oof. Like, if people like the video game adaptations, more the merrier, you know? Just, I hear a lot of people about a lot of adaptations not liking it. Like, I believe the World of Warcraft one was one that people disliked. Stuff like that. There was one that was recent that was, like, really disliked. I can't remember its name right now because I don't actually watch too many TV or movies or anything of that nature, so I don't keep myself up to date with all of it. I do watch reviews, though. I do like people who are passionate about that stuff getting angry about that stuff, which I know sounds weird, but... or at least kind of weird. But yeah, I like watching reviews of movies more than I like watching movies. Alright. Good Soul Logic, my first 2-ball kill was with a Clown Ronin. Beautiful. That was perhaps the second most pathetic injury I've ever taken. Wouldn't know what the first is, but I'm certain I could manage to make something worse than that. Kin weapon. There we are. Probably get the Ken set. Well, let's see if there's an apple here. Because if there is, that could change my decision making. Alright, so I could take 393 damage or gain 804 health. Ooh. I only found the Street Fighter one good because they wore the costumes from the game. Really loose-fitting suits, no CGI. It was essentially the same plot, so at least I knew what was happening. So that might be one of the things that, a lot of times they try to adapt... Blobfish. They try to adapt the plot to fit for general audiences, and not all of them fit for general audiences. So, like, I remember there was this whole issue that, That was it. The Mortal Kombat movie was one that was pretty panned. It was just like one of the major themes was that the main character, they added an additional character because they wanted to get someone who didn't know what was going on, so that they have someone to explain the plot to. Why they didn't use Johnny Cage was also one of the big questions, and instead they had something to do with the Scorpion story, which if you're going to tell the Scorpion story, have Scorpion and Sub-Zero be like bigger characters sort of thing. There was just like a bunch of weird issues like that. So I have to assume that the blobfish not dying in water is now intentional, if they're not dying right there. Alright, got the blobfish. That's good. Still no more meat. The blobfish theme was in the patch notes. Okay, got it. But yeah, blobfish are now actually threatening, and I appreciate it. Threatening in a way that threatens more than just me, so other people can understand the wrath of the blobfish as I do. Oof. Still no extra meat. No thanks. This is the best weapon. Alright, we got some. We got some. Gain a... Alright, so you do gain a blessing. Okay, cool. I'm surprised they've never made a Skyrim film. It is reaching a 10th anniversary, so they could have fun with it, but then against Bethesda, they love revisiting it with no changes. Yep, it's... Like, how do you do a film for a game that is about people playing it the way they want to play it? Or if I get more health because I have those 2 charges. Nope. They fixed that thing at least. Because that used to be a thing. You'd get more health with those charges because it just increased your straight intelligence. Whew. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Get more equipment. Scholar chest 3. Man, the fact that I'm not done with those starting equipment is always, like, disheartening in a little. At least a little disheartening. Skyrim plot, the best I can simplify is you get attacked by a dragon, you escape, talk to Jarl, go to Helm's Deep, yep. Eventually you kill the most powerful dragon. Yeah, it's just kind of a scaling thing. Like, you need a reason to tell the story. Either what makes the story significant, or what makes the character significant enough that you can make a story out of them. Alright. Max capacity. That's nice. I do have some capacity rooms currently equipped. Here. This is just story beats. We already figured that one out. But there could still be items here. Because this, I'm not sure if it's a story room. Oof. Alright. Here we go. No charges. But we're not gonna find time to eat anyways. Oof. Right. The arc means that my speedrun tricks do not work on this guy. Alright, boy. Here comes the actual fight. Oh, I can destroy those. That's good to know. Alright, there's one dead. Woo! Thank you for those little alert boxes. Do appreciate it. There we are. Now we just need to worry about Quartermaster Halfar. Alright, last part. Whew. Oh man. did it. With plus 80 gold. Alright. Now I have access to this. To all the areas. Got it. Whew. So yeah, this is all about Mehujuel. And yes, I'm pronouncing that incorrect. But tells the story of how these are all connected to this one estuary. I'm well past my prime. I would never stood a chance against those beasts. You have my thanks. Yep. Alright, well. With that taken care of. Well. Last purchase. That gives no knockback at all, so that's something worth noting. Whew. Whew. All right. Where am I looking? I guess I'm looking for lilies next. Let's bring these guys down. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Whew. 172,000. We're 10th of the way to a mill. All right. I'm saving that meat just in case I take some damage here and need it. You know, against a warg or something threatening like that. Ugh. Alright, this new Smash Bros. Fighter is also coming out October 5th, I believe is when that thing is. Ooh. I'm not going to be mad if it's another Starfire as long as it's not Fire Emblem again. Fair enough. I think the problem isn't sword fighters, but specifically the swordy playstyle that the Fire Emblem characters created, and a lot of sword character, and like the next Fire Emblem character had the exact same style of play, and it just kept like repeating itself, and that was the issue. Not sword fighters, but them being based around that sword play instead of having their own dynamic. By the way, we have Kin Cape 4. And we don't even have kin armor, I don't think. If we do, we have level 1. Oof. Awesome. Burn got through. Meat. Wonderful meat. Let me heal. that money if nothing else. There we are. I've played Smash Bros. For 600 plus hours, and Corn has the least playtime at 1 minute compared to the second least Dunk Cut at 25. Wow. Yep. Alright, so they're both over there. That's something I can handle. Ooh. Dry-like experience, 1. Arrive, 2. 2. Get ambushed by Warg from darkness and die instantly. It used to be worse, so I played one this... Oh, you're talking about Dry Lake. Alright. Right, because they have the improved wargs. Okay. So yeah, back when this area was first added, wargs didn't have much pausing time, and they could spawn right near the entrance. So it's entirely possible you just pop open a room and immediately take damage. They've since fixed that, but that used to be a thing. Oof. There we are. All right. Whew. No meats to recover with. Go. That is not an entrance I feel comfortable with. I just have to basically mash the kick key there. I'm not sure I want to do that right now. There's a treasure chest at the end here, so this will be worth it. Gotta be careful because I'm dying in one hit now. Alright. Well, we definitely have a lot of gold. So if nothing else, we have that to our name. We haven't even found a single lily yet. Come on. Well, let's go see if I can knock them away, even if it doesn't deal damage. Does not happen. Alright. Well, we're going to be abandoning that route for now. We'll come back to it another day. Woo. I hope that the fungus-covered ladies aren't the same ones used to prepare the stew. Oh, the fungus-covered... Oh, ladles, not ladies. Don't worry, most heirs don't live long enough to get food poisoning, so it's usually fine. Zealot's Rain, Tropo Scissors. I have solo resolve. I need to grab the lilies. I'm gonna wait on that one. Yeah, Aqua Braces are threatening with this ladle because there's 0 knockback. Hey, we got a food charge. Gonna wait for that thing to stop bouncing. Oop. Whew. Got lucky there. A little lucky, a little skillful. Whew. Just keep it moving. Just keep it chill. Alright. And by the way, yes, we do have the new Nama Prime visible with this. So once we find the lilies, once we actually explore this area fully, this area will have new stuff for us to experience. So, for anyone curious about that. I swear I threw my ladle randomly and got lucky with that. Alright. Oh. That one I saw coming. That one I set up. So far my goal to the lowest GSP as Richter, to the lowest global smash points as Richter. I reach 4 million GSP young start. You lose 5 to 40,000 per battle. I wonder if this is anything different. Did I never read the gift in white in this file? May not have. Alright. Well, we have 1 lily. We need 2 of 3. Eh. Well. 1. Oh my god. So that one dangerous room that seemed like impossible to approach is the only route left, and we have 2 lilies in that area. Yep, going to lowest GSP as a joke, and technically it's a bragging right since you can say you are the worst. Yep, I do know about this. A lot of people have worked. There's like videos of people working to get to the lowest GSP. Because it's like, at a certain point, it starts actively taking work to get your global smash points lower. Alright, come on. So I wonder if I can... If I can't kill them, I can juke them. Awesome. I am killing them all out here, though. I have to. Or not. And now I can't go back. Their inability to even get knocked back makes those wisps even more dangerous. Because where the slimes are also have the same trait of, like, few things can actually injure it, the slimes are relegated to a small location. These wisps can hunt you down. It's that distinction. Lose no health. Oh my gosh. At the end there. My fault. Well, one hit kills. And we still need to find another lily. It's these wisps. These wisps cause more hassle than I can deal with in a single instance. Woo. Alright. Ooh. I think it's around 3 million where players just become hard to lose to, which is just really odd thing to say in a fighting game. Yeah, it's just trying out something cool. Like, you have to wonder, like, there are multiple people trying to get to the bottom percentages, which, again, sounds really weird, but there are multiple people doing it, and every time you run into them, it's who can make it look like a fake death, like fake SDs, faster. Who can make their untimely demise look real in a faster pace. Oof. Oop. Ooh. So what's the downside of dying in this game? If you have, because if you lose gold, I think you have enough to spare. No, you can only spend gold when you die. So the whole idea is, this is a game where you're supposed to be dying a lot, because the only way to level up is you die, and then you get an opportunity to spend all this gold. Technically dying is an upside. You do have to choose a new character, and sometimes the character's not going to have all the traits you want, and all that, but they might have everything you want, but have just a horrible trait to go along with it. This game, it's a roguelite. It is, I think this was one of the major roguelites of its era. So, yeah, you're supposed to die. It's just, I'm really good, so I'm not dying off. So, therefore I'm collecting far more gold than I'm supposed to do in a single run. Or than most people are expected to. Ooh. We're just gonna grab a third lily, why not? Do you have any experience with Nama Prime? This will... No, I do not. Because... Yeah, I have no experience with Nama Prime. I'm assuming the fact that I lost my ability to deflect projectiles might be flawed. Nama is one of those few bosses where deflecting the projectiles is potent enough to be a thing of value. And the one weakness of this ladle is I don't have that ability anymore. Alright. Well. Door is open. Health is full. We only have one healing. There is a phase where we can heal with Nama, so let's actually try to fill that back up. Where would I go to fill it, though? As good as any. As good as any. Because I do want to fill up my charges. So there's my 5 charges of Anti-Therica. And now I just need 2 two sparkling waters, or I could replace any of them with meats. Also, did you finish Key Knight Stories, or have you yet to finish it? I finished it. I have finished Key Knight Story. I really enjoyed the game, but the story did end with, like... I just feel like... Like, I recognize we were the villain there, but I don't feel like we were as comically villainous as would be necessary. Like, even with his pride being his fatal flaw, why would he take the position under the Enchantress? Like, there's some decisions that Key Knight makes at the end there that, like, I understand they need to set up for, you know, the Shovel Knight game, but it was like some of the decisions I just disagreed with in a deeper sense. And it looks like I'm about to get myself killed instead of getting more meat charges, I'm losing them. Nope. We're trying to get healthier, not beat those down. There's the meat. Alright. There we go. And while we're here, we'll grab that treasure chest. Yes, I encountered the true final boss by defeating, yeah, the Card Queen, or whatever her name was. Yeah, I beat her. That was, the video beforehand. Yeah, don't worry, I finished off, man. Yeah, that Card Queen was a tough fight. Let's do it this way. Well, stupid mistakes getting me in stupid positions, as to be expected at this point, honestly. Alright. It's funny, that route is a lot easier than the intended route. I still don't understand how you're supposed to be doing the intended route. Ooh. Alright. I got a fairy chest here. If it's not a fighting fairy chest, I'm 100% down. Ooh. It is not a fighting fairy chest. There it is. Try to figure out where it was. Eldar room. Cool. Alright. Full health. I'd like to get full anti-Therica, but since that only lasts as long as I don't take damage, I'm okay if we final out before that. Hey, what's the new patch? So we've added in... So, the new patch is called Dragon's Vow. They've added in the final biome. So, all that's left for them to add in, basically, is the final boss itself. They've added the newest estuary. They've added Paishin Dry Lake, which is like a super biome. And right now I'm playing New Game Plus 7. I'm just chilling. I'm gaining up my charges so I can face the new upgraded estuary Nama. So if you get to high enough level New Game Pluses, you get access to like super boss fights. And they made one for the third boss. So I'm just building up all my equipment so I can go do that for Nama. It looked like I exploded along with the enemy there. There's also some like balance changes. So like for example, all of Chef's weapons now apply that that burn. So like right now I'm using the ladle. I'm getting burn damage as well as my spore burst, which, you know, that's a very potent combination. Oof. The exact they added 2 new classes. Solidor Games has a video where they list out every single change. There's a lot of changes. I'm just going to state there's a lot of changes. All good. The big thing is, if you're looking for it, they have the final biome added and a boss for that biome. You push that back before it wrecks me. Whew. Yeah. As I said, there's also balancing features. There's new enemies, new attack patterns, new upgrades, all that. You know, all the stuff that you expect from it, plus good stuff. Alright. Being New Game Plus 2 unlocks Nama Prime, and Enoch is plus 3. That is... I did not know... Right, there is a New Game Plus limitation on those. Anyways, we're now going to go see what Estuary Nama Prime is like. This will be my first time seeing this enemy. Your offering to accept the lilies have been taken, and your sacrifice has been cleansed. Doors are now forever open to you. Oof. Beautiful glowing garden. Estuary Nama of the Harvest, Keeper of the Forest. It's the Keeper of the Grove or whatever, it's Keeper of the Forest. What? Oh. Got it. Okay, Shockwave seems pretty nice right now. Oh, she makes them in a little heart. I just realized that. You know... That actually makes it easier, honestly, in my opinion. Alright. Now it's less easy once from that angle. Alright. I need to consider using my spell to break a lot of these. Whew. I was gonna say, it can't be long before the split. Oh my gosh, I just realized this was all before we even got the nightmares added. Whew. Alright, got our defenses active. Ah, didn't make the angle. Ooh. You know, if I wasn't so experienced with having to do this fight, this would probably be extremely hard. But as it is, we did it on our first try. Huh. Background is beautiful, but I can't really focus on the background while fighting. But yeah, they defrosted everything. And there we are. That's the new Estuary Nama, everyone. I'd love to hear the story. So her whole thing is she just always felt beneath the others, like they've always thought less of her. Is the story told here? Here's where the story is told. Okay, first off, never could accept Nama as an estuary. She was one of the good ones. It's easy to make exceptions after condemning a group. It took me a long time to realize everyone's an exception. Yep, individuals. Yet pirates are still the hardest of the 3 remix bosses because it just changes the dynamic of the fight in a major way. Instead of just making it the fight but harder, it changes the dynamic of the fight. Autumn leaves danced in the sky as a young Nama opened her eyes. She wiped the metallic taste of blood from her mouth. The ambush had gone terribly wrong. What? She glanced about and found her older sister, Miriam, lying unconscious nearby, her leg clearly broken. As she reached out to her alien sibling, she suddenly felt a cold metal clamp around her throat. She grasped at the gauntlet as Estuary Lamek effortlessly lifted her off the ground to face him. With a desperate cry, Nama swung her sickle, only to feel it shatter against his chest plate, the farmer's blade useless against the unyielding royal armor. Even as she struggled to breathe, she about how she had ransacked their farm, destroyed their home, and ruined their lives. She and her sister had spent their last remaining day seeking vengeance, but their hatred meant nothing to him. She stared deep into his eyes, but only saw apathy. A ghostly blue sword materialized in his free hand, and she braced herself for the end. Lamek, stop! A voice rang out from behind her, and the grip on her neck suddenly released. Devoid of strength, she crumbled backwards to the dirt. She felt the sting of a rock strike the back of her head, and darkness enveloped her. So, yeah, we knew Lamek was part of the... Oof. Nama awoke with a throbbing headache, and found herself lying on a cot inside a giant makeshift tent. Beside her lay dozens of other wounded soldiers, tended by a handful of doctors and nurses. She turned to see Miriam sleeping on a cot nearby, her leg wrapped in a makeshift splint. The throbbing in her head subsided. You're finally awake. I see they've taken good care of you and your sister. The voice was the same one she had heard earlier. It came from a man in a gold-laced cloak, emblazoned with a white and black tree, the sigil of the invading army. She grabbed an empty chair and neatly placed it by her bedside before settling down. My name is Enoch, and I was hoping you could tell me about this. Alright, so Enoch definitely kept his physical disguise hidden. Alright. He paused and fished an apple out of his pocket. Her apple. Nothing grows where armies have fought. The bodies stain the soil, and the metals poison the water. To grow food on that kind of land takes talent. To grow the amount you have takes a miracle. His compliment sparked a sense of satisfaction she couldn't repress, and she hated herself for it. He waved a hand gesturing towards the other soldiers in the ward. The war may claim the lives of thousands of soldiers, but starvation will claim the lives of millions of innocents. I understand your distaste for politics, but the reality is people starve. Kings don't. So will you help us help the people? He hesitated before tossing the apple back to her. He smiled when she caught it. So this is how she became an estuary. Nama stands up to stretch and looks over her reclaimed land with pride. The topsoil, once scorched and poisoned from countless battles, is now verdant green. Over the years, people have begun calling her Nama of the Harvest, she who brings feast from famine. She and her growing retinue have walked ceaselessly following the wake of the king's armies. They retilled the land, buried the dead, and cared for survivors from both sides of the battlefield. Wherever she went, the fighting stopped. The king's armies conquered lands, but it was Nama's army who united them. Oh, I like how they're putting the staircase structure into it. Trumpets blared, and streamers colored the skies as a procession of bards and jugglers paraded through the streets. At the center of all this revelry was a giant raised palanquin wrought with vines and flowers. Carried by 7 men and 7 women, it gave every onlooker a clear view of Estuary Nama sitting upon its dais. Tonight's ceremony would be forever celebrated as a historically momentous event. The king had appointed the first female estuary into his fold. They were scarcely halfway through the procession, but the palanquin was already covered entirely with lilies of the valley, thrown by the adoring crowds. She remembers placing these flowers on the graves of the fallen, but now they have become her symbol, and she was determined to honor it. Nama pushed aside her veil and waved to the crowds, then felt an empathy ache in her heart, for she knew Miriam would not be amongst them. By swearing fealty to the king and becoming an estuary, Nama has cemented her identity as a traitor in her sister's eyes. Miriam wished for a free world. Nama simply wished for a better one. She wondered if she would ever speak to her again. At home under the canopy of the Kerguelen forests, Estuary Nama pored over weekly cultivation reports sent to her by Stygian study scholars. She could feel the land and trusted it, but the scholars would not leave anything up to intuition. Every foot of land was tirelessly graded and monitored by Estuary Enoch to ensure the forest flourished. Yet beneath the pages of measurements and predictions, she found markings that were out of place. S++, encircled by hearts. Intuition told her this bit of silliness was meant for her eyes alone, and a smile graced her lips. The baby kicked, and she reflexively put her hand to her stomach. She glanced around nervously, but thankful she was alone. Extending the bloodline was an obligation every estuary had to their king. Many children, many souls. But all those children, only the father had been an estuary. Her child, however, would be the product of 2 estuaries. And she knew what the consequences would be if it were to be discovered. Ah. I'm just going to keep reading and then I'm going to talk. Please take care of her. Nama read the note one last time before sealing it inside the envelope and placing it beside her baby. The envelope was plain. Only a simple drawing of a heart with 2M written inside to adorn it. The only thing. It wasn't much, but it was all she could muster. She kissed her child one last time, then placed the crib of knotted branches down in front of the farmhouse door. From a distance, Nama watched as the door opened and her sister Miriam answered the cries of a mewling baby. So first off, whoever Miriam is has the strongest child. That might be the question. That might be like the super boss, the secret super boss, and has some sort of connections to the eggplant. Which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, good. Anyways, that's something. So it's Nama and I think Enoch? It sounded like she was saying it was Enoch. Nama definitely has no interest in Lamech. Or is he of the age? Irad seems too prideful to really involve him. I can think of something there, but not in a good way. Yeah, I think it's Enoch. It sounds like it's very much implying it's Enoch. Why do I know the name Miriam? Wait, is Miriam the name? We're gonna worry about Miriam later, because I'm pretty sure that's the name of the pizza delivery girl. Oh my gosh. Because of that... Because if Miriam... I mean, I knew Pizza Girl was best girl, but oh my gosh, that's taking it to a whole new level. Come on. Alright, that's a real chest. Maria is the pizza girl. Okay. Not Miriam. Thank you. I still feel like the name Miriam has come up. Here. There we go. With 5 charges, it one-shots all but these guys. Ooh. Alright. Okay. So I do want to kill these guys because they give you a lot of iron, and I could use iron right now. I could use a lot of iron right now. So I did want to kill him, but... Alright. Alright. I know what we're in. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Alright. Solved. Oof. Whew. There we go. Quenching room. So they just made the quenching room a lot simpler. It just increases your armor amount. And I think that's a good way of doing it. It's just... It makes it not feel like quenching is the correct name for it anymore. I was literally trying to eat meat just to freeze me in the air because I needed the extra hang time to kill the slug without getting wrecked myself. And I didn't have any charges. I like how they just make the poison dissipate now, so that you can just, once they're dead, you don't have to worry about running into the poison trap afterwards. Alright. Here, in addition to trying to refuel everything, I need to find Gone Heads as well as Enoch's Chambers. But yeah, this one character... The majority of this entire play today has been this one character, and I've nearly been playing for 2 hours. So, pretty good. Pretty good. I don't get crits often enough. In case anyone's wondering, it's always this one that's faced the opposite direction that has something of value on it. I'm gonna wait until I find meat. I know I can. If I don't find meat, but I find Gone Heads, I'll heal up from it instead. Alright, well, I'm glad I didn't increase my max health with that, then. Well. High damage. High damage area. Whew. Still no additional charges. Do have to worry about that. So much money. I mean, like, this character was in all ways a success, even if it goes down now, but, you know, when you're doing this well, the last thing you want to talk about is dying off. Well, that was my fault. Like, that was clearly a Doomless. Anyways, this weapon, one of its weaknesses, I would say, is facing an enemy like Gaunt Heads. If there is a weakness, it has to be in those style of enemies. And without me getting any healing, we have to heal ourselves the old-fashioned way. Oh, right. Whew. Just get myself some good money. Well, Sai was up there. Hey, we did good. We did amazing. Like, this character still did absolutely amazing. This one run went 2 hours. We explored the entire area. We dealt with the entirety of the Kerguelen Plateau. Those angles of attacks are super weird. Yep, but it's the most damage dealing. Add in that the ladle now does, like, I now deal fire damage even when I switch over to ladle, and it was by far the best decision despite that. Ooh, have I tried Boxer yet? Yes, I was not as impressed as I thought I would be. Yes, they do have the ability to walk through enemies, but you realize with the Boxer's fine style, that really doesn't help you too much. Evasion doesn't work on all enemies. Right.